Greetings everyone, hey, a warm welcome to you all. Thanks for joining me guys, because this is the December reading for you all. It's a great time of the year to go back and review what's happened, given it's the end of the year. It's also a really good time to make some decisions about what not to bring forward in terms of things to let go. It's a good time to also plan your intentions for the new year that is just around the corner. So for 2019 coming. It can be a really good time to also look back on the year and see the things that you have done well, or that you have achieved or set into place, and reward yourself for that, and remember to congratulate yourself on how far you may have come in certain areas of your life. And if there are other things that you want to uplift or to start or to carry on, this is a good time, as I said, to set the intentions and put the plans in place to make sure those activities happen. So I have had recent finger surgery on a sort of a node that needed to be removed, and it has made shuffling the cards a little bit difficult. So for this month we're going to do a different format. I've learned how to improvise and to connect with the, sort of psychic or intuitive realm at a different level. So the cards have already been pre-selected for you as we run through them. So it's time to also, another good perspective of the dynamics of December is a celebratory time. Now, not all of you will follow the event of Christmas. It won't mean that much to you, but it is a time, even from a non-religious perspective, of appreciating those around you, of connecting in the realm of love, of showing gratitude, peacefulness and happiness. So I do want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas as well, and may you have safe and happy, prosperous, love-filled and positive energy-filled December, Christmas and festive season. And I want to thank you all for joining the channel and subbing and liking the videos and being part of the program and the journey forward for 2019. So thank you all for that, and let's get into the readings. Much love. Greetings Libra. Hey guys, this is your personal part of the reading as well. So if you've been following any of your moon or rising signs, you may have already looked at some of the other readings and seen that there is a different format for this month. I have decided to use these Power of Surrender cards because we are coming towards the end of the year of 2018. It is a really good time to make use of letting go of things that no longer serve you, or projects that need to come to an end for the end of this year. And in doing that, it's a little bit like when you clean out the clutter in your home. You make space for free energy to flow in and new energy to flow in. And like in a home, when you get rid of all that clutter and muck and dirt and it's all sort of stodgy and stops the flow, then you can allow yourself for these new things that you might like to buy or to have in your home, or to be more useful or productive. And it's the very same thing with our personal philosophies or our personal space and energy as well. So decluttering, letting go of what you don't need, being prepared to set the intentions to move into the new year is also really empowering as well. Let's take a look. Before I go any further, I guess, so we have the one surrender card, then we have one from the Morgan Greer Tarot deck. Although it's not the full deck, it is just the major arcanas and the aces, and then you get one of these, a light card, or one of the keepers of the light card. I don't know what those ones are that are face down. I haven't looked at them, so it'll be a surprise for all of us. So the first one is surrender your attachment to results, and the words say the formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. So it's a little bit of a more difficult one to interpret. This is really in the mind type thing. It's not so much a physical thing that you can actually look at and grasp. And it kind of suits the Libran energy because you're very much in the mind yourself. You're the air sign energy. So what I did before I started the video was I have done a little bit of intuitive work on the card as well and picked up some other messages for you. So let's see what I have written down. It says surrender your attachment to results, turn your back on the past and look outward beyond your limits. Seek expansion, knowledge, power. I've also picked up the words blue and to communicate, the ocean or the sea, travel and spend time near water. So those were a whole bunch of different messages that arrived with the card. But if we go back to the actual written words on the bottom of it, where it says you can do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. And I think we often forget that. We have a very often set specific desire around a project or a way we want it to happen. So for instance, we might say, right, I'm going to study to become a physiotherapist. And while I'm doing that, yes, I'm going to spend all these years studying, and I intend to work at the same time and save a bit of money to save it for a trip, and I'll take this trip 3 years into the process of obtaining this degree, and then I will do bloody bloody blah. And you think you've got it all set out, you map it, you project it, you visualize it, you image it, and then along the way there could be something else that pops up that is more suited, but because you've boxed it into so many parameters with such tight both timelines and real time imaging, you prevent yourself from seeing any other possibility. It's kind of like walking around with blinkers on. So it is important to prioritize, and it is important to set goals in particular. It is important to work towards them, but at the same time, as the card said, it is so important to be flexible, or to see beyond the greater perspective, or to see other opportunities or potentials or outcomes. And I think as humans we often fail to do that. We're so set on a rigid pathway, and sometimes that's like a defense mechanism. We build it into ourselves to save us from extra stress or worry or grief or loss or fear of failure, or fear of not getting it or not doing it or not achieving it. So it's all about opening up, being more expansive, and she is standing there, the girl in the card, with her back to us. So she is looking forward. And often when you do that, and that big expansive vista in the background behind her, she doesn't know what's out there. She can't see it any clearer than we can. But when you're prepared to be more free-flowing or free-floating or variable, you'd be surprised at the richness that can come into your life. So as I say, it's kind of a dichotomy going on. We do have to set goals and expectations, and we do have to make plans, and we have to start walking or heading in that direction. But along the way, if we come across a T intersection or a Y or a bend in the road, or the high road or the low road, we have to learn to be prepared to take the differences, or take a step of faith, or change direction. So I think those are the main messages of the card. And some of the other words I said, for instance, seek expansion, knowledge, and go beyond your limits, and turn your back on the past. So there's something in there for you guys, and it could be at a very personal level, and for each of you this might be different, but there's something about either letting go of stuff from the past, or it's time to be able to move into the future or a new direction, or expansion of your either soul or physicality or your emotional status. So it feels as though it's a really prudent message for the end of the year, given what we have talked about, how much we need to intention this new year coming in to bring the stuff that we want to experience. Also the colour blue, which came to mind, and it's also blue is very much the throat chakra. So there could be something physical in there for you guys around the throat, whether it's throat issues. It can also be to do with the thyroid and the parathyroid glands of the body. So that could come down to hormones. It might pay to monitor your hormone activity and see that they are functioning and, you know, giving you the boost of, not adrenaline, but giving you the boost of passion or power or desire that you need, because sometimes when the physical body isn't working 100%, then the rest of us doesn't. Like our spiritual or emotional body also struggles. It's about having everything in balance and alignment. But the communication may also be that you either need to communicate with yourself or with others as well as you move into this expansion or moving forward. So for some of you, there may have been projects or commitments to either people or career objectives or relationships, money, health, who knows. But there may have been commitments or plans laid down for a certain direction with these projects, and it might be time to be prepared to make new plans or go in new directions. So let's see, and speaking of new directions, I nearly tipped the whole camera over. Let's see what your card is for the Rider-Waite for the tarot, and you guys have pulled up the Devil. You know, and we were just talking about the need to let go of stuff and be prepared to go in a different direction. And that sometimes when we have pre-formulated an idea or a strategy or a direction or where we think we need to be or who we think we need to be, you could almost classify that as an addiction. You know, we become addicted about a certain perspective or direction or person or relationship or our health ideas or our theological ideas, you know, religious perspectives. Sometimes we need to get a wake-up call about saying, wait a minute, there's something in here that isn't serving my highest purpose. There's something I'm doing that I need to shift out or wake up from or move away from. You know, the Devil card, a lot of people don't like it, but it's quite an empowering card because it's telling you to re-look at something, to bring more balance in. In Libra, what is your whole sign about? You know, what does everyone talk about with Librans? It's the balance in life. So fundamentally, more than anything else, you guys actually crave balance. You crave to have this modality of feeling equilibrium in your lives. So when you see the Devil card turn up in a reading, and especially a reading that's forecasting the future, such as this one is, you know, I admit this is the December reading, but we've talked about the fact that it's leading you into the new year, then it's a mighty powerful card to sit back and meditate with and to find out what is it that isn't serving you. What is it that you need to let go of? Is it your own personal perspective in life, like something that you have over-focused on or become addicted to or become like, I can't go without it? You know, could it be food or drugs or shopping or working or going to the gym or, you know, online gaming or who knows? For everyone, this is again very, very personal. It could be for some of you that you aren't in healthy relationships. That there might be something around you that you need to escape from or move away from. Whether this is a close relationship, that someone has had a hold over you and has negated your freedom or your lightness of being or the energy coming in, like they're draining it or holding it or perverting it, you know, like turning it around and making it a little darker or more sinister. If it's not that, some of you could be in situations where there is a bit of abuse going on. This could be even in a workplace. You may be working with people who are denigrating you or who haven't appreciated you, or there could be something going on in the background whereby your name is not being fairly treated. and people could be talking about you in the wrong context or way. So these cards are very powerful, and I guess we knew that was going to happen because I was only using the major arcana cards, which gives a much more punchy reading anyhow. So for any of you, you know, you need to take this reading and you need to personalize it, and you need to focus on it and meditate and see which message is coming up in your mind most. You know, often when you watch a reading online, you'll know instantly what it's referring to. You'll go, yep, I have an idea. So if it is something that you personally need to change, uplift, or move about, or re-energize, or let go of, or get rid of, then you'll know what it is. But if it's something more complex, like a relationship that evolves around other people and how they are either dealing with you or mistreating you, then that may take a little bit more input. You may have to seek counselling services or mediators or help or support from other people. The other thing that the devil can, of course, we've mentioned this briefly, talk about is the need to make sure you balance any health regimes that you've got going on. So all things in moderation, I think, is a great saying in life. You know, we can party and have fun, and we can drink, and we can partake in a few drugs if that's what you do. I mean, I certainly don't, but people do, I realise. So, you know, you can do all things in moderation, and I think that's what the devil's main message is. It is interesting to me that he's such a card of balance, and so are you guys. As I said, it's your whole philosophy is balance. So there's the big message in there. Let's see if we turn over the next card, the Keepers of the Light. Holy Amethyst, Divine Alchemy. Move beyond current challenges. Focus on what you desire. That is so beautiful. And because it is an amethyst, and you know that I have so many crystals, I am just going to find one of my beautiful amethyst crystals, and so with that in mind, you can see I have rearranged the picture that you're viewing, and I'll just move the devil to the side here. But I'm going to read to you from the book the meanings of this card, Holy Amethyst. So Holy Amethyst is the twin flame of Archangel Zadkiel, the angel who helps us transmute negative experiences into love and learning. He is the keeper of the violet flame, which helps us release anything that is no longer serving us. And I find that really interesting. These readings have generally worked very powerfully for the month. And I actually urge you all to have a look at your moon and rising signs as well, because I think these are really strong, powerful, supportive readings, and the energies are coming through for you guys to pick up and utilize both for the month of December and as you move into 2019. But if you have a look here, you know, this card, Surrender Your Attachment to Results, and it says the formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. And it says here, he is the keeper of the violet flame, which helps us to release anything that is no longer serving us. So letting go of attachments, letting go of results, letting go of that which doesn't suit us. So the messages seem to intrinsically tie in, regardless of the more interpersonal parts of the card and the messages. The overall synergies are working very well together. So we'll just put the Holy Amethyst back on there and carry on. Holy Amethyst also enables us to look over our past fears and challenges and draw wisdom and learning from them. Unlike Zadkiel, for many years she was not mentioned in spiritual texts, and I believe this was because her miraculous support wasn't needed on earth as it is now. To connect deeply with her light, hold her namesake crystal, the amethyst. And you know, that will give you guidance and protection and nurture from the purple rays energy by having amethyst, if you do have any in your home, and you will be able to call upon her and her support. You are ready to move beyond energies or situations that are no longer helpful to you and make space in your life for something more purposeful. You may feel a real need for clearing out, not just mentally or emotionally, but physically too. There is a sense that you are moving beyond challenges and forging golden opportunities from stagnant or unhappy experiences. It's important to recognize that you are like a magician at this time, and with the ability to use your thoughts, wills, and actions to bring about life-fulfilling and dream-enhancing opportunities. It's important to focus on what you desire and not what you fear, because what you give your energy to will literally begin to flourish. Call on Holy Amethyst to help you focus on golden opportunities. So I think that is a wonderful way to finish your reading. And you know, she also saying, get rid of the things that have created stagnant, you know, like grungy, negative energy. And what did the devil also say? The same thing. You know, it's the same message just being reiterated. So lovely way to finish your reading, Libra, and a very nice way to walk into the brand new powerful energies of 2019. So thanks for checking the video out, and I love it when you leave your comments. Thank you for subbing the channel. I wish you all a very powerful and, you know, divine alchemic month of December that moves you into positivity and golden opportunities for 2019. So thank you all. Much love. Namaste.